Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh? You think you can do this shit? Jay! You think you can do this to me?
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, to another video. And I know it's been a while. I'm like famous for saying that. I know it's been a while. But yeah, he's been going through some things. Not everything's been going my way recently, and if you guys don't already know, I don't work at an F5. I work in a family business with my dad, so we basically we schedule all our own work. We don't really go off a schedule that's, you know, the same and steady every time. And we've had this big job coming up, and it's not out of state, but it's in Payson, so it's a couple hours away. So basically, this is gonna be the final drive of the Mustang, and I don't mean forever. I'm not selling the car. If you guys read the title saying this is the last drive, this is technically the last drive, but not ever. It's basically gonna be the last drive with this current setup. So I do have the whole drop kit, like I said, with the for the car, the 1.5-inch drop. I do have basically every little piece that goes from the front end of the suspension to the rear end of the suspension. And we're gonna be putting everything in. I'm just waiting for the right time because it is a little bit pricey. So I'm gonna try to get everything I can, all the pieces all together. Just look at them all. I want to show you guys a little clip and basically show you guys everything I'm gonna do. But yeah, so basically I've driven the car in about 4 days, and main reason is it's been raining a lot. The clouds look a little bright on camera, but in person, basically they're all dark, and right behind me is where the rain is at. Heading back home is where all the rain is coming from. Looks like it's coming from east to west. So I want to give you guys one last drive. I'm taking the risk right now, even though it rains. I don't care. I just want to experience this one more time with you guys. I haven't been driving the car as much, and I low-key miss it a bit. And I just want to get familiar to how it feels like before I swap out the entire suspension from the front end to the rear end, with the springs, the shock absorbers, everything getting swapped out. And with the springs, they're a 1.5-inch drop, so it's not nothing severe, but at the same time, I don't want it to be too tucked. I still want it to be dailyable, especially because if I do end up selling the car or whatever in the future, don't know yet, they'll have, you know, a more comfortable ride. It'll be a lot more safer, a lot more steady, a lot more sportier, and just give it overall a better look. And I want to do everything performance-wise first. Like how I said, I was doing everything with the engine. You know, I'm still gonna recheck the engine and make sure everything is right. I still need the O2 sensors. I'm lacking on that. I need to find them, but trying to get them on the low for the cheap, because they're super expensive at O'Reilly's and AutoZone, and I'm not paying no 100 and something per piece. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to get them at an affordable price, because the car already has a lot of miles. I know the next owner probably won't put that much miles on it, hopefully, or it doesn't really matter, it's up to him. But basically, I don't want like top-notch O2 sensors, just whatever I can get. OEM spec is fine. I don't really care. And just to get rid of the check engine light, because now that I think about it, it's like on the fly. I might just remove all the cats, because I remove all the cats regardless on all my cars. Even on the Genesis, they're completely gone. And I also have some updates on that. I am gonna rebuild it. I am gonna fix it, and just find out what's wrong with it. Because I feel like the engine is still okay. The transmission kicks here and there, but I've been looking up. If I just get a trans cooler, it'll be straight. It won't have too much of an issue, because it only kicks on 3rd gear and 5th gear when it gets hot. So I have to drive for about 20-30 minutes, or drive the car 2-3 times a day, and then on the final drives it'll start to kick. But whenever the transmission's cold, engine's cold, whatever, everything's cool, it never has that issue. It's only when the car gets really, really warm or just hot, which is just operating temperatures basically. Over time, it just starts to kick over and over. And if I try to do a trip, like drive an hour or two, then it gets really aggressive. And But if I get the trans cooler, like I've been looking up, they say it's a simple solution, but who knows? I've driven the car for about a year before I got hit, and I'm pretty familiar with how bad it gets. And the warranty that I had on it, they don't want to cover it because it said it's not too broken. There's no coolant, everything leaked out. The whole radiator in the front is blown out. The fan in the front is gone. The cold air intake is just smashed in completely. It's really sad just looking at it, but I do want to fix it for those that miss the Jenny 5.0, and I miss my own Jenny. I was actually depressed for a few months after the crash because I really love the car. It was my dream car for so long when I was growing up, and to finally have it was very surreal. It was like a dream come true, and I've always wanted a Ford Mustang in my life, and here I am with the 01. I know it has high miles, I know it's an old Mustang, I get it, it's not even a 5.0. But at the end of the day, it's still an iron block, it's still a GT, and it is a PI. Basically, they give it more power, this and that. They did a few things here and there from the original New Edge to this New Edge. And the rear end is also built. If you guys didn't know that, or just a refresh, the rear end is built because I try to match the RPM to the miles per hour, and everything matches up to a video I saw with all the differential gearing, basically the changes that it does. And I found out it has a 3.73 gearing. It matched to the T, all the miles per hour and the RPM. So yeah, it's just the final drive, just cruising it. I'm not sure where the hell I'm going, but basically on my way to Verado. Not sure if I'm gonna go all the way. Might cut the clip so I can show you guys some scenery. But yeah. Press this little sport button that it has on the shifter. It basically cancels out the fourth gear. Have you guys hear the car a little more? Drop it down a second. At 2,500 RPM at around 37 miles per hour. This car is very fun. It's addictive. Since it has more torque than horsepower, it gives it more of an aggressive feel. It feels a lot more torquey than a car that has more top end and horsepower than torque. It's crazy how the science works on that. Like on the Genesis, it has like 370 torque and then like 429 horsepower, and you can tell it has more horsepower than torque because when you start hitting like the higher RPMs, you don't feel the torque anymore. Above like 4 to 4,500, you don't really feel the torque as much, but you feel the horsepower pulling. It's very, I don't know, very different. Even though the power is obviously a lot lower than this, even though this engine is smaller, this just feels way more torqueier. Even though this has long ass gears. So we're just gonna drop it down to first gear. To 30% throttle. I'm not really trying to hit it too aggressive. And if you're someone interested in this car when I finish it, because I'm not gonna sell it right now, I want to build it, make sure this car's perfect for the next person, perfectly for a daily drive, or going to work, a commute, any type of drive, whatever you can think about. I want this car perfect for that. It's like a good it daily. I mean, this car had a horrible life because the way I found this car, I don't want to say it was scrap metal, but for $1,200, it's crazy how bad of a condition this car was. Like, I didn't fix everything just yet, but the engine itself was horrible. Everything from the engine bay was bad. Even from like the manifold and everything, it was just bad. So all that had to go. Injectors, spark plugs, the coils, everything was bad. And then suspension is still bad. I did everything with the engine, but now suspension's next. I have everything, just need to put it in. But yeah, once I get that schedule in for that big job that we're gonna be doing in Payson, basically with that money, I'm gonna be using it to throw it back into the Stang. And I'm hoping if everything goes perfect as planned, the suspension's coming right in. The next video of the POV will be of me driving this whip already dropped. I'm gonna give you guys like a little slideshow, whatever, you know, take some roll shots of the car and how it looks like. It's gonna look sick, trust. And then at the same time, I'm painting the whip. I haven't really talked about it too much, but I'm gonna paint the whip myself. Basically, I have everything prepped up. I have, you know, the mask, the goggles, I have everything basically. I just need like a tent to put the car away because I don't want any dust or anything get on it. So, and then apart from that, I need to get all the paint. Of me talking about the project itself, what's next to come and what I've done in the past. But it'll be half POV, just driving quietly, and then half of you hearing everything else I said. You guys can hear the rattle from the cats and the suspension. It's like a stress reliever right now. So like I said, not everything's going as planned. And currently lost touch with someone because we had something going and it fell through. I know it's none of you guys' business, but for some of y'all, I know you guys care to know more about what I just talked about or what the average YouTuber talks about. So put you guys a little bit into my daily life. Basically, ended a relationship with someone. It wasn't really working out, so I had to go for a drive. You know what? I'm not gonna waste any more time. I got distracted from you guys, and now I'm back. And first things first, gotta give you guys a POV before we give this car a whole redesign. Not mostly from the outside perspective, because it's just a drop, but mostly because of the car, the way it's gonna drive and handle overall. This car just squeaks a hell of a lot. You could tell like the suspension creaks a lot. Or I'm taking turns, whatever. You can hear the creaking. I gotta get rid of all that. Really looking forward to though is once the car's all painted, dropped. So mainly what I'm trying to do at the end of the day is have this car all perfect, done up, painted, suspension done, engine, everything done. And once everything, all the basics and all the cosmetics, whatever, all the performance parts, everything is all completely done, I want to give a proper review on this car. I feel like this car really deserves it. Because everyone's always talking about new Mustangs, new Camaros, and blah, blah, blah. But look how popular the F-bodies are getting. And then now all of a sudden the new Edge, like I see a lot of new Edge Mustangs on the streets now. Not even Cobras mostly. Like I'll be seeing like a lot of V6 ones. Like people actually really mess with these cars a lot. They really like them. And first GT I got, I had to start from the bottom. So got myself the new Edge. But basically, I want to give an actual proper review, and if I get it done in time, I want to do like a 6-month review and just talk about the car, how it handles, how it drives. I'll be giving you hints here and there how it drives and everything, but I never told you guys how I really feel about the car. And hopefully when it's all done, we'll get to that. But anyways, hope you guys like the POV. It's the final time I drive this car the way it is right now. And hope you guys like the video. Comment if you guys have any questions. And no, I'm not gone. I'm still here, just going through relationship problems and ups and downs, and work kind of slowed down. So once it catches back up and my mind is clear, my energy will be a lot higher, I promise. I love you guys. Take care. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
I run shit here. You just live here. Yeah, that's right. You better walk away. Go and walk away, because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. King Kong ain't got shit on me.